Hey, today we're gonna talk about fruit. Hey, so I planted this peach tree a couple years ago, and well, we picked a bunch of fruit off of it already because it's just blooming like crazy. Or is it fruiting? Whatever. And so here it is. Here's some peaches that are ready to go here. And one thing I've learned about fruit, and that's this, is that, well, a tree can't help produce what it is, what God intended it to be and what he created it. And so peach trees produce peaches, right? Strawberries produce strawberries. Now you wouldn't come to this tree and think that you're gonna get a banana out of it, right? Well, it's the same with us. Our lives produce fruit. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 7 that a good tree produces good fruit and a bad tree produces bad fruit. He goes on to say, you will know people by their fruit. Now here's the thing, we're not called to judge people. Jesus in fact talked about that earlier in chapter 7 where he said, you know, you're not to judge people because judging people is like unjustly condemning them or making opinions about them. But he did say that we can know if somebody's a Christ follower based on the fruit of their lives, which means what kind of fruit are you producing? Good fruit? And how do I know what is good fruit? Well, Paul talks about it in the book of Galatians. He says the fruit of the Spirit, in other words, the Spirit in your life produces a fruit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. So my words and my actions are my fruit. And so when you see other people that may claim to be Christians and they're like, oh yeah, I totally love Jesus, but there's no fruit in their life. Maybe they're just totally gnarly on social media and they're judging other Christians or other pastors and they claim to be a Christ follower. Well, what kind of fruit are they bearing? Now, that's not to say that you and I don't make mistakes. Like this tree, not every piece of fruit's perfect. Sometimes a piece of, peach will come out and it's not that good or, it's not really good. It doesn't mean the whole tree's bad. And that's true for our lives. That's where grace comes in. We don't always produce perfect fruit because we're not perfect. And so it's this ongoing process of us growing in Christ and producing good fruit. Again, Jesus comes and he'll till the soil if it needs to be tilled. Sometimes we need to get pruned. We're kind of doing something and he's like, no, I'm going to prune that. You need to change course in your life so that you produce more and better fruit. So there is the grace piece to it. But I will say this, again, it's about the fruit that we produce. So how are your words? How are your actions? Are they really love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control? Because again, at this time, I see a lot of crazy things being said by so-called Christians on social media. Is that you? I hope not. I hope your fruit is good and sweet, because let me tell you, these peaches are awesome. God bless you guys. Have a great week.